Good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining us from worldwide. Thanks again for joining the channel. I'm Sterling, a psychic medium, and it's a pleasure to have you. This show is being recorded on February 24th, and I thought some of the things that we would cover today, I got a lot of relationship questions during the pandemic, as well as I thought we'd also cover another top 10 of frequently asked questions. There's a whole list of questions that people keep asking, and so I thought it'd be a good way to kind of put those in the show format. First, a couple of quick things I want to go over. We are still running a contest. There's two contests running in tandem. Every time you go up 1,000 subscribers, we pick a new half-hour winner, a half-hour session with myself. And then when we get to 20,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away a 1-hour session with myself. So first, I want to announce the next winner of the half-hour session. We reached 12,000 subscribers. I think we're over that now. And the winner of the half-hour session is Daniela Waterhawk. So that's Daniela Waterhawk. If Daniela can just contact our offices, info@sterlingpsychicmedium.com. We'll make sure the staff will set it all up. So congratulations to Daniela. So let's shift gears and talk about the whole subject of relationships. And this is a topic that's kind of front and center for a lot of people during the pandemic. Both those that are just looking for social relationships, others looking for the next significant other. All these are important, even when you're not in a pandemic. But one of the things that I've really come to understand and talk with my guides is that the best way to be ready, if you will, for the next relationship is to be in a state of what I call ready to receive. And when you're ready to receive, what that really means is you've kind of put down a lot of the baggage you might have been carrying from prior relationships, and you're really open to what the universe will bring to you. That's what's very important. Many times I'll talk to individuals and they'll say, no, I really am ready to receive the next relationship. And when you start to talk with them a little bit, a lot of times my guides will say, look, they're harboring something from the past relationship, a significant breakup, or maybe whatever happened in the prior relationship caused them to have less self-trust in themselves. So all these things are things that new relationships, new individuals in your life, new soulmates, they can detect. So these are things that you kind of have to work through. The other is that, the talk track is very, very important. So we all need a very healthy talk track. That is, providing yourself plenty of self-love, that you're living in abundance, and that everything you could ever need or want, you have. So this really comes from, this is not a place of lack per se, but you have everything in abundance. So these things kind of put you on a very healthy ground, if you will, a healthy standing platform to receive the next relationship. Sometimes they'll say, why do some people attract relationships so easy? Easily put, having an open heart is certainly part of it, and ready to kind of understand what the universe brings to you in terms of a flow is very important. Some of the best relationships, in my experience, all come through, very deep and great friendships, and then they grow into love. So that's all part of, understanding how the flow of the universe works and what's put in front of you. Also, having the right energy levels. So energy levels need to somewhat match, if you're going to have a successful relationship. And certainly, to an extreme, if someone's very happy and upbeat, but you have another individual that's, depressed a lot of the time, certainly won't get a matching of the energy. So working on your own personal energy, and there's a bit of optimism in there, working with your guides and angels is all very, very helpful. So this is just a few of, kind of some of the tips that I found to be very, very helpful in kind of navigating relationships. And so having said that, let's kind of move on to the next topic area, which is the top 10. So here is the top 10 list of frequently asked questions that I received during many of the sessions. It's the newest list. Number 10, were archangels ever human? No, they were not human. However, they have been identified across many, many different religions. There are 7 major archangels. Some religions focus on 2 or 3, but they were never really human. From my understanding and the information that I received is that they never really walked the planet. They're a very high energetic level, so they were not human, but they certainly are attached to a lot of us, help us through our lives. Number 9, of the most frequently asked questions. When we cross over, do we instantly feel love? or do we still feel the same fear? The answer is you absolutely walk into a space of love. The whole universe only runs on love and fear. But when you cross over into the other side, you definitely feel supreme love. It's all connected to the one force, God. But that is the things that you felt here on earth that were based in fear and jealousy or anxiety, you don't feel on the other side when you cross over. So it's almost like tell people like walking out your front door into an entirely new world. So it's a wonderful experience. Number 8 of the most frequently asked questions: when we pass over, does it matter if we are religious or not? No, it does not, not whatsoever. Religion is something that was interpreted, over many years, obviously by many humans and prophets and individuals that walk the planet. So everything stems from love and the one force. And religion, as we know it, is certainly something that is interpreted, but it does not matter what your religion is when you cross over, none whatsoever. Number 7, in the most asked questions: what does it mean when one keeps coming up against resistance and challenges? Well, now part of this is a school down here for all of us. So you're going to come across resistance and challenges. It's all part of it. It's almost like going through, college courses. However, if you run against the same kinds of challenges and resistance many times, then it's a requirement to take a step back and understand what may need to change kind of in your life. Funny, as we come down here, we set up a life path and choose your parents and your life lessons and your soulmates. And many times we do put signposts along the way to remind us of what we're supposed to be doing. So, take note of the fact if you get too much resistance in a certain direction, that is most usually a signpost as opposed to just kind of a natural lesson. Number 6, in the most frequently asked questions: how long does it take for a pet to come back to a person? Well, there's no preset time limit. And, just like we have free choice on the other side, so do pets. And pets certainly, some will decide to come back very quickly, some will not. Remember, all pets are part of the angelic realm, and they can see us and talk to other people and other pets within our house, but there's no set time limit. I have seen pets come back just inside of a few years, and sometimes over decades. So there's no steadfast rule for that. Number 5, in the list of frequently asked questions: how do we find joy in a world so full of pain? Well, remember we were talking earlier that really the whole world runs on love and fear. So, one of the things that certainly want to do is try to, everything you do in life, make sure it's coming from the love side. The fear side being defined as false evidence appearing real. That's a lot of things over there that can generate pain, anxiety, depression. And so one of the ways you can kind of find joy in the world is make sure you're living in a space of love, that you want the best for everybody just as you would yourself. And it's really kind of a very simple rule. Number 4, how do we recognize a member of our soul family if we meet them on the other side? Well, all of us have hundreds of individuals in our extended soul families, and when we cross over, you will meet those. So it's more than just the individuals that you knew here in life, or even some of the ancestors you were familiar with. But once you cross over, there's kind of a dynamic influence, if you will. There's a knowingness when you meet your other members of your soul family. So really, there's no question about it, but it resonates with your soul, and it's very obvious. Number 3, list of most frequently asked questions: what is the difference between manifestation and the law of attraction? It's a great question. Law of attraction, quite simply is that which you do can attract the like energy. So, as you put things out into the world, you will then reflect back, if you will, those things that you put out in the world. But manifestation has a lot to do with a very proactive approach with working with your guides directly so they put the right people in your path, but also really locking down on what it is you're trying to manifest. So, I've referenced this before in other shows, but, good examples, the famous Jim Carrey $10 million check. You need to really lock down what it is you're trying to create here on earth and have some sort of a vehicle, if you will, whether it's a blank check or some device you look at every day. What that does is that puts your guides in perfect alignment with you. They know who to put in your path for you to run into, and that really is kind of the key in manifesting what you want. So, number 2, is it normal to get hot when spirits are around us? Absolutely, both hot and cold chills. So if you're thinking of family members or trying to communicate with your guides or angels, many times you will get cold chills or maybe even feel like you're overheating. So that's very, very common. And it's a good indicator that you're onto something. So it's a bit of a validation, if you will, which is a great thing. And the number 1 most frequently asked question, does a soul die or become injured? No. Souls, really are a very pure form of energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. So they're not hurt or injured or die, but they certainly transition. So souls will transition from, it could be universe to universe or from dimension to dimension, but the soul does not die or get injured. So hopefully this was helpful. This is another quick chat, if you will, kind of in our group of programs we put here together. Please remember to put information to the community board of topics you'd like to see covered on the channel. We're happy to do it. And as always, thank you for all the support you're giving the channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, and even share. It helps the channel, and we will see you in the very next program. Thanks.